What's new with the values?
Princess of Bear, today we're at Disney's All-Star Resort, the premium value resort, because it's time for some breakfast.
Some menus have been mixed up and changed up, and so we are here to try all of them.
Yes, because your #1 choice of foodie for entertainment. We're here to try the food, so you don't have to. She's vegan. I'm not. I see a hydrant back there with my name on it.
It's time to foodie and chill.
May not know ball, but they definitely know bowl. This avocado breakfast bowl. Avocado being the star, a little bit of cheddar sprinkled on top. We got a pico, tots, beans, green onions, scrambled eggs, all the things that makes a mouse grow up strong. Too bad I'm not a mouse. Let's dive right in here to the cheese. I want some of this cotto, get some of the egg, and a little bit of the beans, the pico, and of course we want a tot. What breakfast would be complete without a little potato barrel. There we go. Fork full of breakfast goodness. Deliciously decadent, savory breakfast. It feels like a playground of all your favorite breakfast things, except for green onions. I don't know if I invite green onions to breakfast very often, but you know what? Maybe I should, because they feel like they belong. I think the ratio of avocado to everything else may be slightly off. If you're going to put avocado in front, I expect more avocado than just like a dabble of the avocado, but otherwise it is a solid breakfast bowl. Definitely better than the typical Disney fare. I would give this a 3.75 out of 5 plus.
This is the brand new plant-based loaded Totcho bowl. Now, the vegetarian version is literally the same exact thing, except there is vegan cheese on here and just egg. So even though one is called an avocado breakfast bowl and the other is called a loaded Totcho bowl, they are, like I said, literally the same thing. I was talking with my friend Magic Alley Main Treats, and she mentioned how great this would be at Woody's Lunchbox for breakfast, and I'm hoping that if it is that popular, that they do something like this for breakfast, because I think that this is great. You get tots, eggs, cheese. The chili is vegan, same chili they put on the vegetarian one, and then some fresh avocado, which they put on the side for me over here, which I'm not mad at. All it needs is some Fritos, and we're in the Woody's Lunchbox realm. Cheers to big bites. That is extremely tasty. I love every little bit of this. Avocado is fresh. The eggs are great. Cheese is great. What's awesome too is they didn't have to go get an allergy chef for this. They had several different breakfast stations and one that had all of the vegan stuff. So they were just able to just put it all together on the bowl really quickly and fast. I didn't have to wait more than a few minutes, which was great. I would give this a 4.75 out of 5. I think this is an amazing addition to breakfast, and the suggestion to put it at Woody's Lunchbox is really the way to go.
The kitchen sink of all things vegan, but make it breakfast. This beautiful plant-based breakfast bowl filled to the brim. I don't think I've seen a vegan breakfast this large since a table service restaurant, but to get this a quick service, what are you trying to do with me? I'm gonna need a wagon to get around the park today if I eat all this. Dig in. There we go. The just egg feels a little soft. I'm not gonna blame that on them. It's probably because it's got all this warm stuff on top of it. It is a tad bit on the salty side, but a good sort of salty, not I need to run for a glass of water, but just be warned. The salt content feels a bit high. I love the addition of the vegan cheese, the green onions, the chili. All that is great. This is a prophecy-fulfilling vegan breakfast. I would give this a 4 out of 5 plus. Bears will do as bears will do, and you know what? I want cake for breakfast. Not that kind of cake, but pancakes. The superior cake. The superior breakfast item. Better than waffles, better than oatmeal, better than any other breakfast item you can come up with. Just pancakes. They need nothing, except maybe a little bit of syrup. sometimes butter, depending on who you are. But I have no proof of that. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go all in hard on pancakes. Like, that's my whole personality, because if I have to choose, that's what I want for breakfast. Light, fluffy, a little air about them, a little chip on their shoulder because they know they're the best. Again, I have no proof of this. The vanilla pancakes, they do have that vanilla taste. I was afraid they were going to be like a really strong vanilla since you put vanilla in the name, but it's just a light touch of vanilla. And same as you would put in any normal pancakes, nothing like extravagant, nothing, no secrets hidden inside, no stuff with fruit or chocolate chips. They do fine with a little bit of syrup on top. They are a standard breakfast fare. I would give those pancakes 3.5 out of 5 claws. Not the fluffiest. They're definitely better than most. Now my platter comes here with a little bit of Disney bacon. It is always interesting to see just how different Disney bacon can come out, but always looking as flat as the roads in Magic Kingdom. A little bit of that grilled grease, a little bit of crunch. It could be crunchier, but I like my bacon like half a step below burnt. So preference thing really. It's decent bacon. 2.5 out of 5 claws. It's time for the eggies. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I do not know. All I know is I ate the eggs first. That is a good base egg. Not too salty, not peppery, no other seasonings. It's just egg. It's a good blank slate for whatever you want to put on it, but it will do as a side. Now you have other sides you could have gotten. I could have gotten sausage. I think they also had fruit as well if you want to go with that, but you get 2 sides of the pancake, so I just went with the traditional eggs and bacon. I would give that 2.75 out of 5 claws. The breakfast bonanza is not yet complete.
It is a bonanza. We're going to do one more breakfast here at the All-Stars before we move on to lunch.
You say all-star, you mean all of the stars.
All the stars.
More to come.
Since we tried the new breakfast option, we have to give a fond farewell to the soon-to-be departing breakfast quesadilla that is still available at the All-Star Music, just All-Star Music, and it's actually my first time having it. I've never had it before, even though it's been on the menu for years. So, goodbye, old friend. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I thought this was going to be like a really spinachy one, and one of my friends actually deterred me from getting it for a while because they got it cold, and they said it was terrible, even reheating in the microwave that they had here. So I'm surprised at how delicious and flavorful it is. I had spoiler, or not spoiler, I guess a behind the scenes thing. We got up super early this morning and we filmed another breakfast video before we came here, and it was at the Grand Floridian Gasparilla, and I had a spinach wrap there. It was like tofu, very delicious, very flavorful. I wasn't expecting to like this equal to or more than that one because it is so good, and I really love this. It is just so flavorful, but in a different way than that one, and I really thought they were going to taste exactly the same. This has like beautiful peppers. The just is super flavorful. It's not soft like the potato barrel dish that I just had earlier in this video. It's a perfect breakfast. I wish that they would make it like a grab-and-go item for the parks. That would be great. It's sad that it's going and that I waited this long to try it, but I like it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 wraps.
Quesadilla on the Delia part. I don't know why it's taken us so long. I mean, we've had this on the list to try for a very long time. But just like other things getting shuffled around. It was a priority, and then it wasn't a priority, and then it was a priority again, and then other things came up, and then like foodie problems. And then yes, the getting up in the morning part is probably the hardest part because my brain before 10 o'clock, like mashed potatoes, like microwave mashed potatoes. But I digress. Got plenty of Justin here, some fixins. A little crispy right here. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, there's a dark side part of me that was hoping it was going to be terrible. Because we'd waited this long to eat it. We'd be like, oh, well, it's bad. So, we didn't miss anything. And now I'm feeling like, damn, we should have tried this a lot earlier. Because it's actually, even though it looks really thin, there's a lot packed in there. It's a lot of different flavors going on. And honestly, it works quite well. It's not like an overly stuffed quesadilla, but, there are physical limitations of how big you can make a quesadilla. Unless your whimsy's just that high. But it's a good breakfast. I'm shocked. I was really expecting it to be god-awful. And it's actually overly competent. It probably deserves a raise, even though nobody's paying it well. But you're not here. I would give it 4.25 out of 5 claws.
The final thing we're doing on our breakfast tour here at the All-Stars is the Allergy-Friendly Mickey Waffles. These were $11.30, 29 cents, just for 3 waffles. Usually there's 4. And you can also do the Beyond sausage, but we're eating a lot today. So we're doing this. And I am not doing the syrup because the Smucker's syrup they have here uses the invert sugar. Not every location has that specific syrup. Most of them don't. It just depends on where you go. All right. Allergy friendly. I'll tell you one thing. Chef can make a mean Mickey waffle. It is made perfectly. They are churning out Mickey waffles here like they're going out of style. They definitely know what they're doing. This is almost like going to Ohana, where they're just like turntabling these waffles so often that they have them down to a science. They have perfected them. I had one of the worst Mickey waffles I've ever had at Walt Disney World, ever. I think it was All-Star Sports, but it was the All-Stars, where it was just, I opened it and it was just dough. So I guess it depends on who's cooking. Today, Chef's doing a great job. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5 waffles. They are waffling.
Waffling back and forth because, do you know what they say? If you've had one Mickey waffle, you haven't had enough. I don't know who said that. I guess it was me. Either way, we're going to go ahead and rip off Mickey's ear here. And we're going to give it a nice maple syrup boff. Boop. Yeah, nice and drippy. Like the cast member coming out of the Goofy suit. There's nothing like a structurally inferior Mickey waffle to cap a breakfast. It's no pancake, but it is a structurally competent, at least, waffle. It's cooked well enough. You wouldn't really be able to taste too much of a difference between this and a regular waffle. They're Mickeys. I know how people love their Mickey waffles. So fine. I would give this a 3.75 out of 5 claws. They are above average, as I would say, than your normal Mickey waffle. We ate some things. Breakfast.
I want to give mad shout out to Bear for getting up super early this morning to be able to do all this breakfast bonanza with us and stay up instead of going back to the house to nap. And lunch with us too. So thank you, Bear. Thank you for that. Quesadilla was great, and waffles were great.
Yes, I think people underestimate the quality of the All-Star Breakfast. It will get you the fuel you need to make it through your day. Don't skip breakfast. Skip lunch, if anything. Don't skip breakfast.
So we're gonna walk around, digest a little bit, and then we'll be back for lunch. Disney has capitalized on my love of Blue Dragon and said, well, you can't get into Blue Dragon. Guess what? We're going to give you our Blue Dragon cucumbers, which I'm not mad at. We did drizzle a little bit of sauce on here, but I love me some sauce, so I'm just going to do a nice little dunk. Now, the sauce is not gluten-free, so this is not a gluten-free option. Cheers. I may be at All-Star Sports, but I feel like I'm in the Blue Dragon. The AC is much better at the Blue Dragon, though. I love this dish. I am probably going to get this every single time I need a snack now because it's just like a nice light option that is super flavorful. The sauce belongs on like a full salad. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5 cucumbers. I just get some minus points because the cucumber slices are a little bit large. I would like them to be a little bit more bite-sized.
Cucumber salad. And this is probably the thing that I'm most excited about because I love me a good cup of rabbit food. These are some massive things of cucumber, and you get, I would say it's a decent amount, but it still could be sliced a little bit smaller. It does come in those weird cups, so I would be careful with the lid because I try to take the lid off, and the lid for the cup doubles as the lid for the sauce, and I got sauce everywhere. Luckily, only the lid, but just be warned, it can be messy if you're not careful. As for these cucumbers, plenty of sauce. I'm going to sop up what I spilled because I'm a responsible adult. Oh, this is the way. This is the May because that made my month. At least until Mandalorian Grogu comes out, anyway. They're tasty, crisp, fresh. I like that they separate the sauce because obviously with the sauce on it, it would be a soggy mess. And they do that with most salads at the grab and goes. But that is super tasty. Smaller cuts, and it'll be perfect. This is the kind of thing that we need like in Magic Kingdom. I feel like this is something that belongs in like the Liberty Square Market where they have like the bananas and the fruit and everything. And like that's, I think they still do turkey legs there. But like I would take this over a turkey leg any day of the week. You just walk around the park and munch while I, stand in our maximum 20-minute line for like Haunted Mansion because I'm not waiting any longer than that because it's hot and now especially with the walls up, that queue is miserable in the summertime. But I would wait and eat this. I would give these a 4.25 out of 5 claws. They may seem basic, but honestly, they bring me a little bit of joy inside.
Part of being a foodie professional is not just trying things, but trying things multiple times, giving things multiple chances. You don't just throw away something good the first time that it goes bad, right? Like, I don't know. I don't have an example, but something. Not food, because if food goes bad, you definitely want to throw it away, but something more emotional, maybe. So if something is bad the first time you try it, shouldn't you at least try it one more time and see if maybe you like it? Especially if the components are things you typically enjoy. So here we have the Greek-style plant-based pita. We have lettuce. We have, look at that, tempeh and some hummus. Then we have tomato, cucumber, pickled onions. So, is it tempeh? Or is this supposed to be the impossible? It's supposed to be impossible.
That's impossible.
Okay, so it's impossible strips? I'm sorry, I just need to... I can't pick this up, can I? I'm just curious. Oh, she's
That's impossible.
Yeah, that's impossible. Okay, I called it tempeh. It looks like tempeh. I just beat her up. I apologize. And then, of course, we have a beautiful plant-based tzatziki, which I think is the starring feature on this. We're just going to spread that out. Oops. We're just going to spread it all across so it's nice and evenly sauced. So each bite gets some of that tzatziki too, because I felt like the tzatziki is really the winning part of this dish. All right. I'm with the force is with me. I'm with the force is with me. I'm with the force is with me. The flavors of this is very different than what we had at Pop Century. It's got like a harissa on top of the Impossible, which is not something we had over at Pop when this came out like a week ago. It is, I guess by the time you're watching this, it'll be like a week and a half ago. But anyway, it is actually better. In my opinion. It's still soft, but I think having a thinner Impossible kind of makes it better as like a cold option. Because if you give a thick Impossible, you want it to be cooked. But when you do a thin Impossible, it's almost like a sashimi type thing. You just have like a nice, like, thin layer of what's good, and then an extra sauce on top of that. So you essentially have 3 sauces on this. That is much better than I expected. I'm going to give this a 4.75 out of 5 pitas. Bear was making me a little scared because he said it tasted soft, but it doesn't taste soft at all. I think that's just the components make it feel like it's soft, but it's not. It's, I think it's his win. I like this one.
We say here on this channel that we always give things a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sometimes even 6th chance to disappoint us. That's the only reason we keep going to back to places like Casa Grace. But this, maybe it has potential. Maybe it was a bad day. It was brand new at the time. You know, maybe they just need some time to get the execution down. I have a lot of faith, given how it feels, but let's see how it tastes. I will give credit where credit is due. It is, in fact, improved from the one we had at Pop Century. Am I going to be telling people they need to run here and get this? No, but it's better. I think the added sauce, I didn't think it would make a huge difference, but that combined with the Ziki does give it a nice little flavor component where I feel like it's got a much better flavor. And even though it seems like there's less than possible, I think it's in balance with the tomato, the cucumber, and the pickled onion and lettuce that are on there. But it's still kind of a mushy texture mess. When I arranged it on the plate, because it did come in a plastic take and go container, I compared it to the consistency of a damp sock. And I stand by that. I still ate it, but I stand by that. I did not like the feel of it. The underside of it is that same sort of ick feeling. That's what I got. Again, this is still pretty new. Plant-based items is going to stick around here at the resorts for some months. Anywhere from 6 months to a year sometimes longer in some cases. So they have time to make this better. And it does seem to be on an upward trend. So that's something. I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 claws. It's getting up there, just a little bit at a time. Salad break.
Yes, this is a small little pre-lunch lunch that we did here at Sports. We got more things to eat at our last stop. And then there's the dinner options too, which happen at 5. That's the Mediterranean meatball dish they still have here. But everything has been really good so far, I think.
Off the second Leonard.
So we have a beautiful new salad, ancient grain harvest salad. It has quinoa and vegan feta, some beautiful toasted chickpeas, cucumbers, tomato. I am so excited for this salad. I wasn't expecting to be excited for this salad, but then the vegan feta called me and oh my gosh, there's Brussels sprouts in here too. Somebody answered my foodie prayers and gave me everything that I love from every single Disney salad and put it in one. Thank you. Thank you to Disney Culinary for this thing that I know you didn't actually make for me, but I love it. It feels like for me. It feels magical. This is a gorgeous salad. It is very bright and citrusy. It's perfect for the summer. I love the feta. I'm obsessed with it. The Brussels bring a nice little crunch to it. Love the chickpeas. Literally cannot hate on this salad. This is still not better than the Mediterranean salad they have at Roaring Fork at Wilderness Lodge, but this one is you're gonna have available at more places, so it's gonna make me love it more. I would give it a 5 out of 5. It is a Princessities item. If you are a salad person, you need this salad in your life, now.
Make sure my froggy homeboy is straight. Yes, we gave the Mike hats. Maybe they'll be named one day, per suggestion from you guys. So we have the quinoa salad with more of the arugula from the secret arugula bunker underneath the Contemporary Resort, where they hide and grow the arugula for dispersation all across the Walt Disney World Resort. Is that true? Absolutely not, but I'm going to keep saying it anyway until it spreads across the internet. So, quinoa, cucumbers, tomatoes, bruskies. What is that? Huge thing. That's the end of a lettuce head. Pickled onions, some chickpeas, vegan feta. There's definitely a lot going on in this salad. But is it kitchen sink or is it garbage dumpster? It's giving Mediterranean. It's giving those flowy dessert pants and the flappy shirts in the R&B videos of the late 90s. It's giving that. I'm feeling like I should be doing like one of these and like twisting in the wind sort of salad. Like, I feel celebratory, but somehow healthy. It's like I'm going to live for at least another 80 years. Definitely not true, and I don't want to live that long. But that's a tasty salad. I don't know if it's as good as a cucumber salad, even though that's just like cucumbers and sauce. That salad's going to stick in my head. I'm probably going to forget about this in a week. But I like the fixings are good. I think it's definitely a step up in quality from the salads that we've gotten before at the value resorts. The value does not mean less. Just means better value for your money. I would give this a 4 out of 5 claws.
Our favorite plant-based burger from Disney's Pop Century Resort has made its way to all of the value resorts. The last time that we ate this burger, it was at Art of Animation, and that's when it spread from Pop to Art. And then in this past week, it came over here to the values. And of course, whenever we get this burger, I always have to get extra sauce on the side because this is the vegan In-N-Out burger and it needs extra sauce. And then you always gotta dip it so you have a nice saucy bite and just go ham. I guess the new trend in this burger is to put the raw onion in there. I think I would much rather do the caramelized, but the sauce is fire. Everything about this burger is great. I'm so glad that it's here. I'm so glad that the Korean Impossible burger is gone. I was done with that burger long time ago. I think I only had that burger like 3 or 4 times. This one I've already had like 6. So this is way better. 5 out of 5 Princessity's item. And of course, I highly recommend asking for additional sauce on the side. There's no charge. Just enjoy your magic. Oh, and then you can also use it to dip your fries. So then you can just, do a little one of these numbers. This is the way.
We're returning to the best thing to happen to plant-based burgers at this resort and all the value resorts, and, well, since they reopened. I think it's more than the special sauce that really make this like an In-N-Out sort of style. The patty is a lot thinner, and I think they are getting very good at getting the cook on that burger because it's got like some crispy edges to it now. Very much similar to what you would get at like an In-N-Out. It's like not smash burger, but like approaching that like level of like crispiness, and I appreciate that. The tomato is good. Lettuce is crispy. We got pickles. We got plenty of sauce, and you got some on the side. I can ask for nothing greater from a plant-based burger. That 5 out of 5 clause. It's on the Bare Necessities list. Vegans, vegetarians, elderly dieted peoples. I don't know. Probably we'll workshop that name. Come get this burger. The brand new hot honey chicken sandwich. Brand new at the value resorts. We'll get to these things eventually. This nice, thick, hot honey sandwich with a hot honey drizzle, pickled onions, lettuce on this, I wouldn't call it a ciabatta bun, but a different sort of bun. Got a little spring in it and stuff, and it's a thick piece of chicken. I thought it was going to be some skimpy breaded mess, but no, there's significant breading, but also significant chicken. Now, the question is, as with all things, and I know I hope against hope, when you put hot honey on something, I expect it hot. Nobody in the history of Walt Disney World has ever gotten close to giving me an actual hot honey chicken sandwich, and honestly, I don't think they ever will. These sandwiches are made for most palates, and my palate is not most. The closest I've got to a chicken sandwich actually being as hot as they claim it's going to be is CityWorks. Now, when they say something is hot, they actually mean it. More of you should be like CityWorks at Disney Springs. I can't speak for the others. This may be an odd descriptor, and I can only base it on the flavors currently coursing through my taste buds. is the honey taste burnt?
What?
It's not smoky. It tastes like, it has an odd aftertaste to the honey where it's just not, it could be one of those honeys that's like not really honey. It's like 40% honey and 60% other nonsense, but it has a very odd aftertaste. It gives me the idea that it's like a honey that you heated up, that's been on the stove for too long, and you sort of like burnt some of it, but some of it was still usable. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's definitely not hot. It's hot-ish. It's of the heat. I guess I was giving it a heat rating, it'd be like 0.75 out of 10 on the heat scale, and then mildly sweet. So it's not anything that's going to send you running for a tall cup of ice water or a bowl of lactose-free ice cream or olive oil, ring pop. None of those. Not even like a Klondike bar. It is a chicken sandwich. There's technically hot honey on it. Just don't go in expecting hot. I would say don't even really go in expecting it to be extremely sweet, because that's not the first inclination I get from the sandwich, but it's a decent sandwich. It is flavored. It's juicy. I don't hate it. I just feel slightly misled, if anything. I would give it 3.5 out of 5 claws.
Of course, we had to get our favorite dessert that is happening right now, the cookie sandwich here at the Values. It is here in accompaniment with the seasonal cupcake, which we do not like, and we had in our pop video. But this is the reigning supreme king dessert for the vegans right now. This is so much yum. This is yum on all levels. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. The only thing that is better than this is an ice cream sandwich from Boma. Outside of that, this is legit the best vegan dessert you could get anywhere ever. And the fact that the Values has it, let's go. Love it. 5 out of 5 Princessity's item. You're gonna need 2, 3, or 4. They're so good.
Doing the foodie YouTuber math, it may be accurate to say that at least 30% of the rationale behind this video is to give the princess an excuse to come back and eat this cookie. She loves this cookie. Yes. She has not stopped talking about this cookie since she first bit into it, and she will not stop talking about this cookie until such time as it leaves. If you come up to her and you ask her what her favorite current Disney dessert is, she's probably gonna say this cookie until such time as something else dethrones it. That could happen next week. But for right now, this is the king of the vegan desserts. Or queen, or they and them, supreme ruler, whatever your title is, this one is the current king, ruler, empress. That cookie, hidden away here at the Value Resort. Tell you, best kept secret that nobody knows about, because everybody loves the word secret and best kept, is everything the Wookiee cookie will never be. Never. And I will always throw dirt on that cookie's grave until such time it is gone. That is the worst whoopie pie analog oatmeal cookie wannabe. You can't put a bandolier on whatever you want and then call it a Wookiee. That thing is awful. This is amazing. 5 out of 5 claws. Skip Hollywood Studios and just come here and get this.
Put a bandolier on that?
I would put a bandolier on this and may it actually be good. Disney, it's right here. Get rid of the Wookiee cookie today. From this point forward, I dubbed that cookie the Black Chrysanthemum Cookie from Book of Boba Fett until such time as Wookiee cookie is no more. That is my gladiator of Wookiee cookies. When we say crawl, we mean it. You should be getting this outro from the ground right now.
We crawled all of the places and we had a great time. I think all the food is amazing. I'm so glad the cookie is here. I got no notes.
Plenty of food, plenty of eats, plenty of people. We like it. We'll do it again. If you want us to do it again, well, comments is always a good place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
we have new videos 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, are you a star? Is Bear a star? Is nobody a star?
You heard me.